Shalom to you. Today is December 19th, and it's day 74 of the war between Israel and Hamas and Hezbollah. We in All Israel are watching right now Channel 12, the news channel that many Israelis are looking at in the living room, and we're here to help you with the Hebrew. The anchor, Dani Kushmaro, starts with that there is a new outline of an agreement, of an exchange of hostages with some terrorists in Israel. Very soon we'll hear new details. But before all of this, unfortunately, we are going to begin with the 3 names of soldiers that have been killed in battle today. Maoz Fenigstein, 25 years old, from Susia. Rotem Yosef Levi, 24 years old, from Oranit. Daniel Yaakov Ben Harush, 31 years old. May their memory be blessed. And as we said in Varsha yesterday, there was a 3-way summit between the head of Qatar, the CIA, and the head of the Mossad, the National Security Agency in Israel. And as we reported, there was a 3-way summit yesterday in Varsha between the head of the CIA, the head of Qatar, and the head of the Mossad, which is the Israeli National Security Agency. And Dana Weiss, the political reporter, says that this is bringing about the new guidelines or the foundation of this deal. This is the first time since the last stage of the hostage release a few weeks ago. Because the great differences between Israel and Hamas, Israel says that they will try to have this agreement or this deal in stages, and we can give extra humanitarian aid and a humanitarian pause as well. But Hamas wants a complete ceasefire. Israel just is not willing to do that. Here are the outlines and the guideline of the outlines. The release of women, elderly, and chronically ill people, which is about 30 to 40 hostages. That's estimated to be 30 to 40 hostages. And Israel is going to consider being flexible in the number of ceasefire days in relation to the number of hostages released. In addition to this, releasing the prisoners may be more generous, also in the number of them and also in their severity. And this is only the beginning of the way. They say there's still a long way to go. It's not going to be an easy process. And Israeli officials says that Israel is willing to go a long way in order to bring back the hostages. And the deal, if it will come about, it will be a hard one, and it will take heavy tolls on Israel. Let's see what the president of Israel says. He's speaking to foreign ambassadors. Every word is carefully chosen. He's going to speak in English. I'll repeat what he's saying in English. I can reiterate the fact that Israel is ready for humanitarian pause in addition to a humanitarian aid in order to enable the release of hostages. And they summit that it's towards another negotiation plan. Nothing is certain. Nothing is final. And here to Nir Dvori, the military reporter, the anchor is asking, how close are we to the seniors of Hamas? The reporter says that Tzahal is the IDF, the Israel Defense Force, was getting really close to Yahya Sinwar, the head of Hamas, multiple times, but over and over again, he left just a short while before they arrived. There are great efforts to reach Sinwar through military operations and intelligence operations. Most of the effort is concentrated in Khan Yunis in the southern part of the Gaza Strip. And it says the manhunt after Sinwar and the Hamas higher-ups is continuing. One more sentence about the battles in the northern part of the Gaza Strip. It says the IDF is controlling the northern part of Gaza and Gaza City. 1,000 terrorists have been killed, and 500 of them have been arrested and imprisoned, and they're giving a lot of information and intelligence to the IDF. And here's the defense minister, Yoav Gallant, that says Khan Yunis has become the new capital of terror. There's an operation here that has many stages, and it will take many long months until we get to our goals. We will not waver until we get to the seniors of this killer organization to the place which they deserve, or to the graveyard, or into prison. And the anchor says that honestly, we should say that Hamas is far from being defeated. The reporter says, yes, unfortunately, this is the truth. He's going to present now the map of Gaza. He says it's not anymore north or south. It's not divided into two. It's actually divided into 4 sections right now. The northern part of Gaza is the city of Gaza, where Israel is cleaning out the city from terrorists. In the center is the central camps where the IDF is not very much operating. Then in the south, there's Khan Yunis, where Israel is working hard, and Rafiah, where Israel is almost not working at all, not yet. And he mentions that the pictures of the attacks of the Gazan citizens over the humanitarian aid trucks are actually rare pictures. This is not really the whole reality in Gaza, because really Hamas is continuing to function, to govern the southern part of Gaza. The municipality is working. They have responses to, they can respond to citizens. The citizens have an address to turn to. And the reporter is saying it is important for Israel not to completely demolish the infrastructure in the schools and in the municipalities in the southern part of Gaza, because Israel needs those once Hamas is out of there. They still need the Gaza Palestinian citizens to manage the area and use those facilities. Coming up is the daily announcements of the IDF spokesperson, Daniel Hagari. He greets with good evening. We're deepening our battles in the strongholds of Hamas. The IDF is working on the ground and under the ground. From the beginning of the ground maneuver, our soldiers have found 1,500 tunnel openings and large tunnels under the ground. And he says the infrastructure, the underground of this terror organization is the stronghold of Hamas, and to take it apart is an important part in demolishing Hamas. We've published today some of our elite unit soldiers that are fighting in the underground tunnel in the city of Gaza, and these are new abilities that the IDF has to fight the Hamas underground. In the south part of Gaza and in Khan Yunis, we are adding brigades and battalions, and we're increasing the number of soldiers. The spokesperson moves on to say that the return of hostages is one of the goals of this war. And he says that the IDF soldiers in the Gaza Strip have been guided carefully how to look for alive hostages, and we'll continue to do everything we can to bring back the hostages that are held by Hamas. Of course, this is as a response to the 3 hostages that were killed by the IDF soldiers a few days ago. And he adds that we hug the families of the hostages and will continue with our work. With this, he ends. For more stories, you can go to All Israel News and follow us on social media. You can like this video if you liked it. This is Rotem Magen for All Israel News.